Yeah, 11 students. We're going to have a look at the explaining criteria, the second of the criteria that we've got to look at. And this is the criteria in business where we're generally trying to match the business theory to what's actually happening in the business situation. Now, I have made some comments here around just the importance of getting word count and thinking about the word count. And I just want to challenge you around this idea that I think writing over the word count is something that is a poor habit. First of all, it wastes time. You spend time writing those extra words, then deleting them. Suggests you don't know what the most important information is, which is going to reduce the quality of your work. And if you're spending the last bit of time working on your assignment getting rid of words, you're losing that chance to really polish it at the end. So having a clear idea of how many words in each section makes a lot of sense. And in this case, it's 3 marks, which is going to be about 300 words. There's a link there that talks about some of the problems, and they challenge people in saying that if you're not sticking to a word count, you don't know your stuff, you don't know what the most important thing is, and they use the word waffle. Maybe there's some waffle. Now, this is coming up in the pestle, but I've mentioned it because I had it in my slides we went through in class. Just when we think about external environmental things, a legal issue might be around food labelling and also the idea of a possible sugar tax. So this article proposed that idea. So one of the things, it's always a good idea to be reading widely as you're going through and preparing, because that'll give you more idea about what information and data you can use. And some of you may well be able to use this for your own work. So the idea of talking about a tax is relevant. Let's jump into the explaining things. 3 things we've got to do. We've got to identify the significant relevant elements of the business concepts, right, and processes related to strategic management. So that's the theory side of things. And then we've got to explain the relationships with those different concepts to strategic development, linking them to the business. What does this mean for the business? And then we've got to use business terminology in a good way, again, purposefully, again. 3 marks is 300 words. And as I've said, it's that match between business concepts, strategies, and processes, the theory and the business that you're looking about. And you will have to do some referencing in here. Key facts, key information, key theories should be referenced. So there's an example here from the QCAA, and they look at this example of both, in the next 2 pages, both branding and the total quality management. So you can freeze this and have a look through it. But you can see some of the phrases if we highlight. The business has chosen to position itself as a premium nightwear brand with quality products by unique quality material. So the link between premium nightwear brand, that idea of branding, and how they're actually doing it with the materials, a good interplay between those 2 things. Offering a range of high quality nightwear at high prices, then starts to look at some of the detail of that. So that link between theory and the practice is what you're trying to get into your assignment at this point. We're going to have a slightly different bit of work, and I'll show you that in a second. Total quality management to support the image. So this is the second part of their explaining. To support the image of a premium brand, the operational strategies must support the quality. So total quality management is a special tool that businesses use to make sure that they're getting high quality products and therefore customer satisfaction. So that link between a premium brand, total quality management, customer satisfaction, and then how Select Nightwear are doing is an example of that explaining. For our own one, this is from the textbook, page 331. So this is the diagram that they've got us doing here. We start with the core product. We're going to then move to the tangible attributes, the servicing offerings, and the intangible attributes. And you can have a little bit more of a look around this if you want. But I've given you a little example here with Qantas. So the core product I've said for Qantas, and this is the analysis you would do with your own business. The core product I've said is domestic and international travel. It moves on to some of the tangible things like the planes, the Flying Kangaroo logo, the check-in processes, and the business class and first class, different classes. Then the service offering, domestic and international, chairman and businesses lounges, the different lounges that you can go into before flights, the frequent flyer points, and the holiday packages are different services. And lastly, the intangible things like the appeal to national pride. I still call Australia home. The prestige, experience the Qantas difference. So that's the idea of total product concept. As an example, if I was doing this for Qantas. And the way we could put this together in the assignment might be that you do 1 to 2 sentence explanation of what total product concept is. Create a total product concept for your own business, maybe going and having a look at that in the textbook. Then explain the most important elements for your business. What are the things that matter most? So you've looked at the theory of total product concept. Now you bring it down to your business. And lastly, explain the key marketing and operations strategies, one of each, and how they link to the strategic situation of the business, which is likely to be growing the business in the growth stage in a competitive market. That would work nicely as 300 words for this part of your assignment.